Okay, I'm Steve Jones from Smokehouse Jones Guitars. I make cigar box and license plate guitars like this one. And I've been asked from several people that have bought the guitars how to play slide. And even some very skilled friends of mine who are amazing guitar players aren't always comfortable with slide. I like slide because it's, at the end of the day, it's easier than playing, with a pick and with fingerings and whatnot. So I figured there's a lot of videos out there. There's some really, really good teachers and guitar players. But I thought, what the heck, I'll throw my own in there. And the first thing that comes with slide guitar for most people is what's called an open tuning. And an open tuning means that the guitar is set in such a way where without any strings on the guitar you have what sounds like a music chord. A 6-string guitar or standard tuning, if you've ever strummed one of those open, it's kind of discordant. You have to start making finger shapes to get chords like that. But an open tuning means that your open strings, meaning nobody's mashing anything, you get a chord. And if you want to move a chord up, it's just literally this. There's no complex bars. So, now there are a lot of skilled slide players that play on standard tuning or other tunings, and as you get to the point where you can pick out a separate string, you can do that too. I have gotten to the point where I can start picking out independent strings, but I still like open tuning just because it's so easy to resolve into something that sounds good. But to start, open tuning is a great way to go. And for me, the best is a first, a fifth, and an octave. Or for the not musically inclined, which has frequently been me, that's like the 2001: A Space Odyssey theme song. So. So if you can get the strings to sound like that, that makes a nice open tuning that you can do a great deal with. I'm not going to spend so much time in this video on chords and string tuning. The primary point of this is really how to use a slide, and I kind of want to get to that. So if you're annoyed that I'm not covering that, I apologize. This is really, I was trying to get to using a slide and to use it to play the notes. A slide can be, this is a ceramic slide. I like the way they kind of grip and bite and they make a neat sound. You can use glass slides, brass slides, chrome slides, the ones that cut from bottleneck. There's a famous blues player who used a steak bone, cleaned off and polished, steak bone McDowell. I've seen people use lighters and cigarette lighters and like folding pocket knives. You can slide with many things. The trick. This is the bit, the important bit, because if you've played with a guitar and messed with a guitar or any stringed instrument or what have you, most of our attention is on this direction on the fretboard. And that's what you're always concerned with is, well, the note is here, the note is here, the note is here, the note is here. To play slide, you have to spend a little bit of time concerning yourself with this direction, up and down. And by that I mean the thing that will get you playing slide is figuring out how much down or up on the slide to put pressure. And this is what usually messes people up. Once you get the pressure right, then you're in. And if you're a skilled guitar player, then you're going to take off like crazy. Even if you're a beginner, you'll find yourself able to make all kinds of cool, swampy, Old West sounds, whatever you like. But let me demonstrate. And the best way I know to explain it is you want the slide to just barely brush the strings. If you push down too hard, you're going to distort the note. Okay. You're going to get buzz. It's going to be pinching that on the fretboard. Now this guitar doesn't actually have frets in it. It's just marked where the frets would be as a guide. This is made for slide, but you'll bump into the frets. You'll hear a racket, a rattling noise as you push across. If you're too light, that buzz, you're not going to get a certain note, a definite note. You'll get. So what you want is to practice just gently brushing it. And when you can get to the point where you can slide into the note and you don't hear buzz or click, and the note stays in tune, then you've got it. But that's what you got to spend your time doing, and just when you can get that consistent sound with the note, then you'll have the sound. But it takes a little bit of practice so that you can feel that kind of just barely gliding on the strings, and then you'll be able, once you get that, your hand will remember it. It comes after a little bit, and at that point then you're just working on back and forth and up and down. It's just the height and the pressure. Just brush along, very light touch, just enough to still the string at that point. And you're in. I hope you have fun playing slide guitar. It was one of the earliest guitar forms in Americana, in blues and roots music. These were not Juilliard trained musicians, and these were not people who could afford a full luthier built Spanish cedar top guitar. They bought cigar boxes or scrounged ammo boxes or anything they could, and they put a stick in and they strung it up, and some even had one string and that was it. But you'd be amazed at what some people can do with one string or two strings or three strings. If you get a chance, check out Justin Johnson, who's an amazing musician. He has this one video where he plays a shovel that's strung up as a guitar, and you can make it sound like an awful lot going on. So anyway, I hope you have fun and keep playing. Music is for everybody. My name is Steve Jones with Smokehouse Jones Guitars. Have a good evening.